Hello and welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. Today is a bit of a follow-on from the last video that I did. We're talking about loading your GBBR mags, but loading them in a pinch. And you'll see what I mean by that just in a moment. And this is something which I ultimately don't recommend that people do. I think it's, well, I know what it does. It damages your feed lips. But if you do have magazines such as the WE Apache magazine, or you've got the WE G36 magazine, or you might have a KWA or a VFC mag. So here we've got a KWA magazine here. The feed lips are basically the same as the VFCs. I don't know if they're exactly the same as the GHKs, so maybe someone could drop a comment below and let me know if this technique works for them. But what we're talking about is using your standard speed loader without a tip to load one of these mags. Now, let me just grab another Mp5 mag. Okay, so empty Mp5 mag here. So what we're going to do is I'll show you the technique, I'll show you how it works, but please remember this is only to be used out on the field when you just don't have anything else. Typically this is going to be you've run out of BBs in all of your mags and you have to shout out to someone and say, has anyone got any BBs, who's got a speed loader? So I'm probably going to chuck you one of these. If they're using an AEG, it's probably not going to have a tip, so you're going to get it exactly like this. Unless you carry a tip around with you, how are you going to load that mag? This is where the pinch technique actually comes in. So what you do is you just squeeze your fingers either side like this, and you're basically creating a channel. What you're then going to do is you're going to put the speed loader on top and just start pumping rounds in. There you go, super easy. Now also here we go, we've got completely empty WE Mp5 mag. Again, you're always going to pinch from the front, so you're going to put your thumb over the front, you're going to put your index finger over behind it there, create that little channel, and you should be pushing this in between your fingers. It should be quite tight in there, and I'll often put the end of it against my chest, and then while pushing down with the speed loader, and there we go, we're getting plenty of rounds in there. Again, here we go, we've got a G36, same technique again. There you go, dropped one there, but you can see, but this isn't ideal really. The BB should be going in through the front and down. They shouldn't really be going in through the top. So this is why I say, like, only do this in a pinch. It's going to weaken your feed lips. But if you find yourself in a situation like out on the field and you've got to get, you've got to get some rounds into your magazine, you've got the enemy team bearing down on you, it doesn't matter. You've got to get some rounds into the gun. So yeah, this is a really fast way to do it. I showed my friend the other day because he was like, oh, I really hate loading VFC mags. And I was like, why? It's like, you can just straight through the top, like, in a pinch, it works. And yeah, he was a bit surprised because he was like, I never knew you could do that. And I was like, oh, well, again, this is one of these things that, like, I've just picked up over the years. I don't really have a lot, I've only got one KWA rifle. I've only got a couple of WE rifles. So I don't have infinite mags to test on, but ultimately you guys can try this out for yourselves at home. But with the caveat that I would say something like your airsoft tailoring, it's been designed so that it's not going to damage your feed lips. So using something like this would be preferable, but sometimes you just don't have it out on the field. You didn't realize that you were going to get into such a long engagement and such a long firefight, and yeah, you just got to get some rounds in. So yeah, I really hope that this has helped some of you guys out. I will add in a little shooting montage of me just like blatting these off as well. In fact, I'm gonna shoot these ones off now, and because I'd already filmed this once before and I wasn't happy with it, so let's just, might as well add in all of the shooting. Okay, well that's because run out of gas. My fault, my bad. Don't need that, do need this. too many gas rifles. No, there is no such thing. Right. Bolt lock always feels really weird on this gun, but yeah. Right, let's I do kind of rate this this Army. It's pretty cool. Right. And we are all out. One. Yep, all out. Yeah, what a cool gun. I'll do a review on it soon, but I wanted to have it for a while and test it out because it's so cheap. It's pretty unbelievable actually. What else? Here. So the troublesome gun. On this, I actually have a Spitfire AR, which I'm testing out. It's a prism sight, so a bit different to most kind of red dots, but interesting, really interesting, and yeah, weird. Yeah, pretty cool. Cool. Right, I'm gonna have to find my MP5, and maybe in here. That's a pain. I'll add some footage of that. Until the next time, guys, take care.